Here's your daily / intraday market recap for Thursday, June 2nd, 2022. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at EXPI Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and this is your daily market recap for Thursday, June 2nd, 2022. Let's get into it. If you're newer to the channel, newer to following, newer to just in general trading, there's always little things going on. Be aware is the first and last 3 days of the month are window dressing markups, markdowns, volatility. Things might not make sense, and that's where, if you're newer to the channel, check out the link in the description below. We will talk about what the heck is going on, because a lot of people just... they don't know what they don't know, and that's pretty hard. Again, you stare at the intraday charts all day and you don't study the past. You really kind of don't know what's going on at times, and I understand. And even at times you do know what's going on, it doesn't necessarily mean it's predictable in the short term. So, again, if you have questions, please stop by. Let's get into it. Bitcoin, going nowhere fast. We've said this a bazillion times. You need to hold 30,000 area. It is holding, but you have this head and shoulders pattern that's ominous. Knowing Bitcoin, knowing who's been buying that kind of stuff. I don't know, people who hold it, you know that it can get very volatile, very, very, very volatile. So I hope people are just being careful, because when I say that, if that $30,000 price range fails, you're gonna have major issues. I hope people keep that in mind. I'm sorry I'm scrolling, but it's pretty simple with Bitcoin. Like, you really need to hold this level. All right, oil. Ominous signals, very ominous. Let's get into it real quick. All right, you got back near the highs, lower lows. Again, you outside day, look up, fail. Indecision day. Let's zoom in. All right, closes near the highs, long wick. It reminds me of this day right here, before oil got slapped, or this day. Like, you had like this inside day where you chopped around, but you had a longer wick down. God, why is this thing so ugly? Why can't you see the wicks? I don't know what this is. Let me remove this. Remove. Ah, there you go. There's that long wick. That's what I'm looking at. That to me seems dangerous, because again, if it's at the lows, I would think it's a bottom, but at the highs, long wicks can be portending big changes. Again, here's a nice long wick after an inside day. That to me feels very similar, or it could be this in chop. That's the two things I'm looking for. However, I really think it's more of this action kind of setup where you're about to, I think you're about to get banged out in oil, because again, the bullish news just seems to not have the effect it did as it's getting to the highs, which typically would tell you what, it's probably bearish. We'll get into more oil stuff again. Stick around till the end. We're gonna have some bonuses. TLT, said this a bazillion times, got up to this like 1618 old rib level. I don't necessarily think this is going to be a V bottom. I think you will get a retest. Let's assume somewhere in the 114, 115. You look at the monthly, we talked about this holding the 2018 lows. You can see it very clearly right there in the 112s. Actually bought that day, rode it up for a few points and sold because I thought we'd come back. And we will. It's just a matter of when, more than likely. The dollar. We're at in really important areas, friends. Really important areas. We talked about back testing this channel. Check out the monthly, because I think you can see the 2720 range right here. I mean, give or take a pen again. When it's the monthly, just don't get laser focused on it. I think this area, I mean, I would just give or take 10 cents. 27s is important. It's got to hold. The VIX. Oh, window dressing. You got to be so bullish. Look at this action. We've talked about holding this level. This feels like a bear trap, meaning that people who are selling VIX are probably going to regret it down here, because it's probably going to mean the market's going to spike later. Let's get into the SPY. Keep it real simple, trying to crash through this as fast as possible. What did we say? We said it was probably going to be popping. Not surprised, right? Because again, you're oversold here. This action long wick at the bottom. Remember, we talked about this potentially popping. We also said be careful if you were going to short, wait for extremes. Well, where are you at now? You closed right above the last 3-day range. Okay, so what does that mean next? I would guess maybe the 50-day. Again, it doesn't really feel like a bear market rally, because again, what do we talk about? Like, it's straight line move every day. This is pop and chop. It feels more like this kind of action, maybe this kind of action where you kind of build multiple days, you pop up, then you fail. Again, the jobs numbers coming tomorrow, so be very cognizant of what's coming. QQQ, Again, I don't need to go to the monthly. You know, we're under the 20-month. This action, I would not be surprised if we get back down to these. Why are you showing me that? I don't care. Back to this range area. I mean, I guess let me open it up because it. Oh, I hate working on the road. Let's say probably like there. Oh man, never mind. I thought I was looking at the bottom of that candle and the bottom of that candle, the top of that candle. So we're there. 413 to 415 would be my guess. I think you can start shorting. Again, we're going to get into the tech names. I like them for shorts heavily right now at these price ranges. I think the risk is worth the reward. Start layering in. IWM, we talked about this level around 188. Nice little pop today. Again, the volumes are just such crap. I mean, you can see it too on the Qs. I mean, these are anomalies. Up green candles. Now, again, you can go up higher. No doubt about it. But there's no like really conviction. We talked about that with the SPY. You know, you saw like the blow off here. Secondarily, like timing wise, like partially. Of course, it was due to bounce. We talked about it. Please don't say like short the lows. We've been bearish always. No. And then you see these 2 days had more selling. Now you're popping back over light volume. I don't trust any of this. Gold, I know I'm going to get earful from my bull friends. They're like, you don't get it, man. It's time. No, you don't get it. It is not time. It's the second quarter. It always sucks. And one of the things that I feel like people don't realize is that we were bullish in December. We actually started in October. This is what's kind of crazy. Is like you had this retest. Then you got a higher low. We talked about this in December. Then boom. We did not sell on this day. We should have. But we did sell when it got back towards the 2011 highs. And people are like, oh, you know what's going on with gold? And it's like, okay, whatever. Second quarter sucks. We talked about it probably bouncing at the back test of all these like trend lines. Again, I think it can go lower. But one of the things I want to wait for is confirmation of a blowout. Look at the volumes down here. Can you see all the volume? There's no conviction. This is just oversold rally to draw in bulls. I've never seen a major gold and silver bottom with Kumbaya singing, lollipops, ice cream, everybody happy. No, the best moves have always been like this 2020, like slam up. Again, think about bear market time. So let's go back to the last bear market. All right. 2018 or 2008, this was rising, is going, wham! That was the time to buy. You bought it down here in the October lows. That was a straight line move higher. I don't want to play in this like choppy indecisiveness because that's where I think we are. Look at now. Again, it's a big head and cup and handle. I think we're just in the chop handle. And again, you see the 158 level. You call me, you freaking write me, you text me. What? I don't care. You're gonna be like, that's the level. Okay, Dan, I get it. Silver, same kind of thing. This thing is never friendly on a bottom. We talked about this being a possible bear trap. Popped up. Now we're back up in this like range that I'd like if this was a normal market, the no-brainer buy zone. But I don't think it's a no-brainer buy because when is the best time to buy silver? Before the blowout down. Wham. Right? Blowout down. Wham. Turn around. What? This is not a blowout. Come on. Like, this is not a blowout, friends. So frustrating. Let's roll through the minors because, again, people are going to say to themselves, well, it was time to buy. It was time to do this. This is the time. Let's get into this. You should do this. This is what we should think. And it's like, guy, gal, friend, whatever. Leave it alone. Just, come on, man. Leave it absolutely alone. I know it bounced. I know. When's the best time to buy it? The blowout. Look at that. 15 to 47. Look at this. It went from 56 down to 16. Boom. Up to 60s. Wait. I'm not raising my voice in frustration. I'm just trying to tell you guys, be patient. If this is not a bear market, then maybe I'll be wrong and we just go sideways. But if peace breaks out, gold will get sold. We'll see what happens. Again, you don't want to be the first one in this stuff because it is not friendly. It will not reward you shortly after. GDXJ, we talked about it possibly bouncing, hitting our little green zone. It's the same story. Let's roll through AG, all these names. Love them long term, but do not chase. Wow, it's over the 20-day. Great. I mean, this thing got murdered. We warned you up here. This was ominous, and then it dropped. AEM, little note on this guy. It is holding up. Considering every one of our stocks has gotten either the lower end of their range or into their blue box of support, this one is holding up. Relative strength. Keep that in mind. Remember that later when you're looking to start buying miners. Which ones do you want to buy? That might be the one. NFGC, come on, homie, pull up. Trying to make this quick. I've done this recording 3 times, and the audio is just bull crap, and then the video, this one's going to work. I like it down here in the 5s. If it doesn't hold up, let's pray it gets back down to 3s, because I think at the 3 price range it's good. I mean, and it won't be based on anything fundamental wise. It'll just be the market puking up all the best. PAAS, here's another one that, again, not really performing better or worse, holding. Remember, we talk about all these zones, they mirror each other. And look, today's has a little bit of up on volume, but I don't trust it. Now, again, I guarantee you go check out Twitter, the bulls are giddy. They are just loving it, and they're like, you know what, gold bottom, that was so easy. I am a gold genius. All right, I have seen many be humbled by the gold disease, meaning the gold disease, meaning like it's easy. Letter X, we talked about selling it up here at the 200 month. Remember, we bought it down here on the 20 month. You're welcome. That was a great move. Now what? Don't buy it. Just again, if the market's going to capitulate, it's got to capitulate. VALE, this one's holding up really well. We talked about it, maybe getting stuck here. Again, people are like, oh, you're not long. Well, why are you going to talk about? Because I'm like, if the market pukes, this is a name that I want to buy. Same thing with CCJ. And this is, now look at this chart, because this is going to tell you something, that if you are a bull on CCJ, you better be careful, because you want to see the easy top like that, right? You want to see the easy top like that. Uh-oh, the chop tops. How do you handle those? This is not bullish. When you have this outside reversal of this candle, close in the low end, you come back and retest, and you have this long wick, and you cannot close above the mid 25s. Red alert. You gotta be careful. I mean, that's not bullish. Now we'll see what happens. Again, end of month markup. I mean, everybody loves this blowout with high volume fail. They can't see the chop tops. They don't like to see like the little higher high and then boom. They don't get it, because again, this same formation right here is probably exactly what it looks like on the weekly. Let's pull it up from the previous high. No, it looks like more of like a left-right combo, but same thing. I mean, you had like this long wick, you made a slightly higher high, boom. We'll see what happens here. We're back testing some stuff. I like this company long term, but you couldn't pay me to buy it. I just wouldn't. Arrow, I always talk about this, like, let it come down, let it come down, let it come to daddy. That's all you got to do. Just be safe. 10 level seems like a no-brainer. Mosaic, love it. Love these companies, but what do we say? Everyone's bullish agriculture. Everybody, look at the chart. It's gonna fail off, chopping, failing later. Mosaic, great company, ag business booming, but the companies and the stocks aren't telling you time to get in. Again, this thing is about to fail. Just a matter of when. AMD, oh man, I wish the video was live when we record this, because this was the time to short it. We're talking about up here. Said 106, 107, you can start layering. Oh, you got up to the 100 day. You got to the old 618 and nope. Apple, same thing. Waiting for the 150s. We've talked about it. Look what happened. You held the 20 day. You're back a little bit below yesterday's high. Again, I think you can start shorting anywhere in the 150s. I mean, where do you want to put your levels? It's up to you, but dead cat bounce. Dead cat bounce. This is what this feels like. This is going to be a dead cat bounce. Meow. Facebook, again, Sheryl Sandberg's leaving, and now people are like, oh, it's bullish, and I'm like, no, the top talent is leaving the Facebook. Now, again, it might have been just a rally, but it could just play this game before it gets smashed again. It's going lower in time. I can basically guarantee that. Roadblocks, love this company. Sell volume price analysis on the bottom, holding over the 20 day. I think they get bought out. Again, if you own it, you hopefully got it near the lower end of the range and you can just hold it. I don't know, but if the market corrects, nothing safe. Tesla, this thing is just a super dog, but people are just all over it. And again, I don't think Elon is in the position to raise his capital at this point. We've talked about this sloppy action. This was the top. Remember, the straight line move is the blow off. You get the retest, fail. Hit lower high, fail. This thing is all over the place. This is like the I would call this the case study for the worst case scenario of trading. When I say worst case scenario of trading, like the ultimate retail trap, the stock is. And then guess what? They'll buy it and you could probably start shorting it here. Best case scenario would probably be like at 900. But if you get that, whoo, that would be a gift. Ooh, doggy. I don't think you're going to get up there. But you know what? I could be wrong. EXPI, hey, fundamentals are great. Well, guess what? We've been killing it, doing better, eating our competition's lunch, murdering the markets in the sense that doing really well. We're beating the crap out of our competition. We're adding agents left and right. They're fleeing other brokerages. We were making tons of money. Meh. Got down to 11. Again, fundamentals, just don't talk to me about fundamentals because fundamentals will break your heart. I don't want to tell you some sad stories about it. No, I mean, I've been through a lot of them. W pattern, UTHR, we said this was going to go higher. It was acting better as the market was going down. You're welcome. Got some FDA news, popped. Perfect. All right, oil. We're going to get into the names. This is where the money is going to be made soon. I don't think people realize that. All right, here we go. Look at today's volume. Look at all this other crap volume. Open at high, close at the low. Open at the high, close at the low. That's bearish with volume. What does it look like? What does it look like from the past? Well, I mean, I guess you could consider it some sort of trappy action. Again, this is what's hard in the USO versus oil. You're retesting the highs, very clear. You're finding sellers up here. Uh-oh. Everything's bullish. Everything's bullish. Why are we not making new highs? That's like the red alert you got to be on mentally. ExxonMobil. This is one of the reasons why I'm like comfortable with everything. Look at this big sell. Like this is the sell signal. Look at that thing. It's flat action. Should be going higher, but it's not. Everybody's bullish. I mean, you can pull up the XLE. Channel high with the volume. Double dojis. What's coming next? I don't know, but I feel very confident something bad's happening for bulls. This is like the obvious one too. So UNG, we talked about nat gas topping last, literally after oil. Has it topped? I would say yes, nowhere near 33. Today's action, very ominous. Because again, what happened? You open higher and you close lower. That's not bullish. That is a bounce to trash formation. And people are like, what does that mean? Bounce to trash formation? Let's try to find something similar. Here you go. Like here's your higher high, and then it kind of chops, and then boom, closes. Here it is, another bounce to trash and goes lower. Now again, how much lower, higher? It all depends relative where you're at. But I would say at this point with the UNG, God, this thing is such a piece of crap. You can't find examples of it because it's a deteriorating fund. I would say same thing. You gapped up here, bam. Then you led to the big gap. I'm telling you guys, oil and gas is going lower in time. Demand destruction is real, but the average person is just bullheaded looking at the news going, Dan, you know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. When straight line moves, hey, guy, gal, whatever. I've been trading this a long time. Maybe I'm a little early, but I know when the market's going to do something, and I know it well when it's based on repeating tendencies. Because again, pull up the USO. Nobody believed in oil going lower in 2008 before it went straight to the ground. And the reason why it did was demand destruction, because the price got too high. Saudi Arabia is not going to provide oil. OPEC's doing this. Yada, yada, yada. War, everything. Bam! Doesn't matter. Demand destruction is real. Saw almost $10 gasoline in California. Come on. Get out of here. XOP, let's end it there. It's been a fun little rant. Sell signal daily. Retesting high. Said it yesterday. Got it again. Retest. What does it do? Chop, top, chop, top, chop, bottom, chop, chop, top. It looks like a chop top. Now, this is the biggest thing that you have to be aware of, is that I've said this a bazillion times about up moves. You get these nice channeling ups. Then you get the velocity up. Then you get the super spike. That is not sustainable. Now, everyone's going to argue, well, oh, you got to price in this oil, that. Okay. I'm not going to argue with folks. Like, again, remember, this fund is a piece of crap too. It doesn't hold up well because of the companies in it that went to crap, and they had a reverse split. Not a deteriorating fund, but what have we said about this thing? We thought this area would be resistance. Notice the following month, like you sold off, light volume, and people are gonna go, well, where's the ultimate high? This is what gets so hard about trading. I mean, I can sit here and like draw this and kind of see something, but this is after the fact. Like, I wish I would have known this like weeks ago, right? Like, that doesn't matter. Picking the tops and the bottoms during the extremes is incredibly difficult. And I'm going to repeat that because, again, the market is not rational at lows and highs. It just never is. Okay. So you say you want to buy it at whatever and it doesn't get there. That's just silly. Valero, again, smooth sailing, channeling. Whoa. Now we're getting way steep. Now the ascension angle is out of control. Yep, there you go. Now what? Sell signal. Oh, my darling. Sell signal and chop top with the window dressing. Because again, brokerages are not subject, they are subject to the same emotional intelligence as the average person. Fear, greed, FOMO, HODL, diamond hands, dipshit, whatever you want to call it. They've got to show they own this stuff in their portfolio because they haven't owned it the whole time potentially. Or who cares? But they don't own it here, but they own it up here. Market maker says, Danka, thank you, gracias. Yeah, was it Ikatakimash? Something like that. Anyway, hope this has been helpful. Again, be careful. Like this guy, there's so many weird signals in the market that I'm just telling you something ain't right. And again, when the VIX gets down to the 20s and it breaks below during window dressing, we talked about this was the fake up move before it probably went lower, meaning the VIX, but the market definitely went lower and it chopped around. Not surprised. Well, here you go. Here might be tomorrow, might be this long wick. If you see the market up big tomorrow on the jobs tomorrow, you know your levels and you start shorting and you have stops. And again, I think you're going to like it. Talk to you guys and gals soon. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.